Good morning, Gamecocks. I'm Chloe Findlay.
And I'm Meagan Daukshus. Chloe and I are here every week giving you a recap on the news and happenings on the USC campus and around Columbia. This weekend, Columbia welcomes back the Hidden City Music Festival.
Also in Columbia, we may be on track to becoming a healthier community.
And we'll reintroduce you to a very special groundhog who has a big surprise.
We hope to get your weekend started in the right direction. Welcome to Good Morning Gamecocks. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Chloe.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love starting my day off with this show.
Me too. Is it our first show of official spring?
It is.
Happy spring,
Happy
everybody.
spring. Yeah.
I've been waiting very long for this. But the pollen, though, that's another story. But
Yeah,
anyway.
it's getting to us just a tad here on campus.
Just a little bit.
Well, Gamecocks, we've got some stories for you to kick off your weekend, starting with the return of Hidden City. This weekend, head over to the historic Casey Speedway to catch the second annual Hidden City Music Festival right here in Columbia. So, Hidden City is Columbia's only EDM festival, and it's today, March 30th, starting at 1:30 p.m., and the festival goes until 10:30 p.m. Have you ever been to, well, I guess it's your first year on campus, so
Yeah.
have you heard of Hidden City?
I mean, no, and I've never been to a music festival, period.
Oh, fun.
Like, I'm a music festival novice. I've just never been to one.
So EDM's a little different. It's very, like, all DJs, not
Okay.
like really singing. So super cool. Another fun thing with EDM is the outfits are a lot different. Very like Coachella-esque.
Okay. Okay.
And then it's just a good time. It's a lot of like, I would almost say like not headbanging music, but the way they dance is a little different.
It's a beat.
Yes.
Yep,
It's super
I got
cool.
It. It's like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, the lineup includes the one and only Shaq.
Can we talk about that? Like, how does an Hall of Fame basketball player get into EDM festival music?
I don't know, but he started his career in 2014 DJing at the Tomorrow World Festival. He's known as Diesel.
That's such a good name.
I want to know where Diesel came from.
Yeah, I do too. Let's get Shaq on here next week. Let me ask him.
That would be great. He'd be like up here. I know. I think it's super cool that Shaq's coming to town. I mean, we've seen different artists come in and out of Columbia. They're pretty big artists doing little festivals like that, even coming to the frat lots. We had we had Jason Derulo last year. So super cool.
That's pretty cool.
I think everyone's really excited that it's Shaq headlining. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
I might last minute go. I don't have a ticket yet, but I mean,
to see
Shaq.
Shaq, that's pretty epic.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, that's pretty epic.
So a few other of the headliners are Craze, Pickup Lines, Name Unknown, Vice Bloom, and Trey Burnett. So Pickup Lines is actually, they're kind of famous on TikTok. They post a lot of their videos. They get a lot of hype. I've seen them on TikTok before. It's super cool. So having them come to the town is like another big deal, because especially like TikTok is so prevalent in our community now. So people know certain things.
You know, if nothing else, these guys have got really cool names.
Yeah.
Like, Name Unknown, a Craze? Like, those are cool. Yeah, this is not, you're not going to hear these names in
like
the pop
Vice
music.
Bloom. Like
That's a cool name, too.
Yeah.
Vice Bloom with
Vice
a Y?
Bloom.
V-Y?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Fun.
cool. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a pretty good lineup, it looks like. And I think a lot of the people of Columbia are going to have a good time this weekend.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Now, Megan, you have something in here about totems.
Yeah.
When I think of totem, I'm thinking like tiki room. And I'm sure that's not what this is about.
Height-wise, yes. So totems they're like very tall poles, either made with like styrofoam, like pool noodles, like a wooden dowel. The required for Hidden City is no taller than 10 feet, and they do allow metal, but it has to be hollow and a 1-inch diameter. So, because it could be used as a weapon.
Is this a friend finder device?
It is. Isn't this so cute?
Okay, this is kind of adorable.
So, people decorate them in like all different ways with like fun characters, like flags. There's one sign this person made where it says like Lost Raver Dance Party.
That's cute.
And I think that's super cute because when you're at a festival like this, like in such a big crowd, someone waving their hands
is not going to do
You're
anything.
not going to see them.
No.
So that's like, it's the friend finder. And especially if you can't find your friend's totem, you have a community of people who want to help you.
Exactly.
And you can still
That's
have fun
cute.
while you're trying to find your friends.
Exactly.
I love it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty.
So,
If you were to decorate a totem, what would it look like?
oh, that's a good question.
It's got to really catch the eyes of your friends.
Definitely something pink.
Like Barbie. That would make sense.
Barbie would be really cute.
You know,
yeah.
that just fits. That just, I mean, come on. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would put on my totem. Maybe, I don't know.
I would have a hot dog totem.
Yes, you would. Yes, she would. She would have a hot dog flavored totem as well, with cheese on it.
I would have plates on the sides. Grab your own.
Shit. You know, instead of Lost Raver Dance Party, it's Hot Dog Party.
Yeah.
So, Megan, you go
Come
to her
join
totem
me.
and you can eat a hot dog.
Unfortunately, I do not have time to last minute make a totem if I do run to Hidden City today, but maybe next year.
Hot dog totems, everybody. This is the new generation. This is it. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I think it's great that we have EDM community coming to Columbia.
Yeah.
It's a very up and coming, I think, thing. We're getting a lot more like hype around it.
Yeah.
So having one in Columbia, I think it's something that like college kids also are gonna kind of attach to because it's a fun thing to go to.
I think this is really cool.
Yeah.
How long has Hidden City been in Columbia? Is it recent?
It's much more recent. I think
2
it's
years?
2 years. Yeah.
This is the second year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this
And-
sounds cool.
And we're already having some. I mean, we already having like.
We already
something
have
like
Shaq. Are you serious? Like what?
So it's obviously doing very well for the community.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's also bringing people in out of town to come
sure.
visit Columbia, which is
I'm
super
sure.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really cool.
Well, we're gonna move on from Hidden City.
Yes.
Super fun. Now, this story we have here, Columbia residents are able to gather at Sagar Park Club Lounge on Monday to participate in a public forum regarding Blue Zone communities. Now, do you know what Blue Zone communities are?
Educate me, Megan.
All right, I got you. Blue zones are different communities that work to implement different goals to help lead the community to longer life expectancy, lowering chronic disease rates, and bettering just the quality of life overall.
Okay.
So some of the original 5 blue zones include Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, Nicoya, Costa Rica, Loma Linda, California, and Icaria, Greece.
Incredible pronunciation, by the way. Those are some difficult names to pronounce. Good job, Megan.
We were struggling a little earlier, but I just got a thumbs up from my producer. Yeah, I got it, guys. So the kind of story behind this, it was a National Geographic, I believe, either author or photographer, who, when he was just traveling, kind of thought of this idea. So these were the first 5 cities they really studied and put different implementations into their communities. There are now 75 plus Blue Zone communities around the world, and Columbia might be one of them. So some of the actions they take to like help the communities, like promoting health diets, like sharing healthy recipes on their website just for anyone overall. They're also providing, selling actually new like frozen meals in Whole Foods for like a healthy frozen meal.
You know, that's nice for like college students.
Definitely.
You know?
I mean, I think sometimes it's hard to find healthy meals when you're running around like crazy. Sometimes it's ramen night.
Yep.
But we have something like this, which is super cool.
You know, I totally relate to that. I ate Kraft Cup mac and cheese for dinner last night.
That's
you know, sometimes
you have to.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
But that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're selling those in Whole Foods across, I think, all Whole Foods, which is really cool. They are also are like implementing healthy sleeping schedules, which I think is super important.
We need that.
Yeah, I
need that.
think everyone struggles.
We were
with the
talking a
healthy
couple
sleep.
weeks ago about
Sleep.
sleep.
Yeah.
And how we're not.
I think we both had some pretty rough sleep schedules last
Yeah.
night. So,
Yeah.
but their thing behind it is like having not too long of sleep, not too short of a sleep. They did say siestas, which are daytime naps, didn't really affect how their sleep pattern works.
Really?
Yeah, so it's okay as long
That's
as it's not
interesting.
too long.
Yeah.
So no
Okay.
issue with siestas, and I think we should implement
I think so,
siestas
too.
in
You know-
America because sometimes.
Like, it's a European thing, the
Yeah.
siesta, right?
Yeah.
I saw they get off like 2 to 3 hours
Yeah.
in the middle of the day just to go sleep.
I mean, personally, me too. After class, I go home and take a nap.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
very,
in a year
fair.
from now, I won't be able to do that, but
Yeah.
it's nice while we get to. So they also don't have like a specific time they wake up. So there's no like crazy strict schedules they're on for working. But because they have such a healthy sleep schedule, they're not waking up like crazy times of the day.
Yeah.
So it kind of just works itself out, it seems.
Yeah. You know, eventually I want to strive to get to the point where my body just naturally wakes up at the same time every day. I'm not there yet. I'll be honest.
I am.
Of course you are.
I wake up 8
producer.
a.m. every morning.
Of course.
Yeah.
Our producer's back there. We're saying our sleep schedules are horrible, and she's going.
It doesn't matter how bad my sleep schedule is. I'll get 5 hours sleep and still wake up at 8 a.m.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No
Time
way.
change messed me up a little bit because I started waking up at 9 and then I switched right back to 8.
Good for you.
It's not fun.
I mean,
But that's where the naps come in.
true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And then one more thing that they talked about they were implementing in cities is car-free streets. And I think we saw this come up a lot, at least I know in my community, after COVID. They would close off the road so restaurants can have seating outside.
This is interesting.
And a lot of people kept it.
Yeah.
So we're having roads where people can just walk in the middle, bike, anything like that.
That's cool.
And it creates more of a green space in their community to promote wellness
Yeah.
and like healthy activities.
Have you been to, by chance, have you been to Manhattan recently?
Ooh.
Like after COVID?
Last year. Oh, yes, I have. After COVID.
Okay. Because maybe they need to
side.
start implementing those because they will have restaurants seating on the side of the street
And still cars
and
driving
have
by.
just be active roads.
Yeah, it just shortens the already very tiny roads.
Yes.
Maybe New York City should apply to be a blue zone community. Or
Hey.
just different boroughs of New York City would be super cool
Or
to
maybe
see.
take your restaurants off the streets. That's another solution.
Personally, I love outdoor seating.
I mean, yeah, but when you're right next to
Well,
cars,
the little
like
huts,
zooming.
personally, the little hut things, I don't think I'd want to sit outside in that in the cold.
Yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
Yeah, so I don't know
Well,
why
some of
we
them
have
are
them in
like
the summer.
some of them are like
The
igloos.
heated bubbles, yeah.
Yeah,
Those
which are kind of
fun.
cool.
I think I want to do that. It's on the bucket list.
It's really interesting because it's freezing outside and
Yeah.
you step in like this plastic bubble and it's like 70
I
degrees.
just don't understand how the bubble doesn't melt from so much heat.
It's not ice. It's
What?
like it's not a real igloo.
I know it's not a real igloo, but like
it's like
New York
plastic.
City just has blocks of icy igloos across the roads in the winter, guys.
Wait,
just kidding.
It's like
but it's in
Meagan-
like thin plastic, like you know those
no,
hamster ball things.
Plastic doesn't melt in 70-degree weather. It's it's 70 degrees like in this room.
I did not think that thought through. So do they just have like space heaters sitting in them?
No, that's dangerous. It's got like a heating system.
Oh, the bubble
Just like
itself.
yes, it's like a room. It's got like aircon
So
and heating.
it's like you know when you like bathrooms have heated floors, something like that.
But it's on the ground.
The heat's on the ground.
No. No. The bubble is like your feet are not on bubble. Your feet are on
Well, no,
ground.
I know that. I've seen them before, but like
I don't know if you have, Megan. I don't know if you have. This is a little wild. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a plastic bubble that goes over the ground.
well, yes, like a tent.
Yes. It's like a tent.
Right. Where is the heat coming from?
It's got
I
like
thought they either have space heaters or like inside the plastic is there some kind of heating?
I don't even know what to say about this. The space heater in the plastic. Okay, yeah, let's move on. We just got a sign from the producer to move on, so we're gonna keep going.
We're gonna figure this out next week.
We're gonna have a long talk after the show is over about how those bubbles work.
So Columbia, back to Blue Zones.
Yes, back to
Columbia
Blue
is
Zones.
hosting a Blue Zone Forum April 1st from 5 to 6:30. Promoting well-being in Columbia, the forum is a push for the city to have Blue Zone community assessment of the city. The assessments look at the community as a whole, things like food systems, where healthy food is available, social networks, if there's safe places for different communities throughout the city, and then policies in urban design, which include things like green spaces, having an active lifestyle, and sidewalks, things like that, having parks and anything like that. So the forum gives a chance for Columbia residents to hear about the impact it can bring to the city and ask questions and give their opinion on the possibility of this coming to Columbia.
Yeah. So possible blue zones in Columbia.
Yeah, I think this would be super cool. I feel like we already have like very greenery space. Like we got the horseshoe, we have the river walk. So I think they might hit the check on that one. Lots of sidewalks.
It's beautiful over here.
And they do close roads off sometimes for free walking to things like Soda City. So I mean, it's
possible.
It's a possibility.
It's possible.
I think so, and I think it could help with things that we struggle with, which is like food insecurity in Columbia. So I think bringing this program in could really boost those things. And,
yeah, for sure.
Bring an advantage to Columbia, yeah.
Staying here in Richland County, some schools may be saying goodbye to report cards as we know them. So this is kind of interesting. The Lexington, Richland, County 5 elementary schools, instead of receiving grades like A, B, or C on a report card, they will earn M, PR, or NI in a new grading system called, quote, proficiency grading. So what do those letters stand for, you may ask? M stands for met expectations, PR for progressing, and NI needs improvement. So they're moving away from letters.
Did you have a letter system in elementary school? Do you remember?
You know, I think I feel like we almost had like a check.
Okay.
So like reading check, or like check plus or check minus.
Interesting.
That
this is like the system we had. It was
P-
like satisfactory, good,
Yeah.
and then I forget the other one. I think it was
maybe
probably
you're
needs
right.
improvement.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I was talking with our producer earlier, and she said that she also had the AB system, ABC system, and I think that, I mean, we're from the north. I wonder if it is a different, I mean,
It might be a geographic thing.
Yeah,
It's a possibility.
So I know in New Jersey we didn't have that, but coming down south,
Yeah.
it seems like that's something we saw in elementary schools across Carolina.
Yeah, it was one of the reasons they were pushing for this change was, they were trying to avoid discouraging students if they got like bad grades early on in their education. But some critics worried that these grades wouldn't relate over to GPA very well. But also, I mean, it's fourth grade. I don't know if that really...
You need a GPA in elementary school?
Yeah, but...
Is there elementary schools 1 through 5 here, I believe?
1 through 4.
4?
1
Okay.
through 4. Okay. Yeah, see, when I was applying to college, they didn't ask for my fourth grade
Yeah,
transcript.
GPA, yeah.
So,
I don't think it really...
I think if it's better for the students and if the education system is okay and the teachers are okay with grading it,
I think it can also
I think that's cool.
more confidence to parents and
Yeah.
helping them improve on certain things. And I mean, when you see a C, you're just like, oh, there's something wrong, like, or a D, you need to keep working harder. But if you say like needs improvement, and then in parent-teacher conferences, like really explain that out,
Yeah.
I think that it kind of just comes across as a better message.
Yeah. But wait, Megan, the grading fiasco does not end there. The district is also reviewing changes to the grading system in high schools. Now, this is probably a little bit more, this is a larger issue.
Yeah.
So they are trying to approve no grade below a 50 being given to a student. So like if you fail a test or an assignment, you'll get a 50.
So if you don't do the assignment, you just get a 50?
I guess so.
I guess so, right?
Yeah. I would guess so. If you're not allowed to get a grade below a 50, I suppose if you don't hand anything in, you would get a 50.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Me
Because
neither.
I think if you don't do an assignment and you see that 0 in the grade book, it shows you and it's like, oh, I should have done that.
Yeah.
Now it's hurting my grade. If you get a 50, it's really not going to hurt your grade as much.
No, it's not. It's
as we're used
50%
to.
less than, 50% more than what you would be getting.
You're still getting half credit
Yeah.
for doing nothing.
Exactly. See, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
The Richland Lexington County 5 District Chief of Academics, Tina McCaskill, says that such a change would help students, quote, not fail because of an early catastrophic grade. I mean, I understand where they're going with this, but I don't know. I just feel like if you don't hand in an assignment or you fail an assignment, you should get the grade that you deserve.
Yeah, I think it's hard too because if you are struggling in class and you are getting those bad grades, most teachers are likely to reach out and provide extra help.
Yes.
I know some schools have, I mean, even our university has a thing where you can retake a class to get a better grade. And I feel like that's something they should implement into high schools because if it is a situation like this where you do get a bad grade early on in your high school career, if you have time in your schedule before you graduate, maybe you can improve that so your GPA goes up before you want to apply to colleges.
Yeah. Now, studies have shown that assigning low grades to students doesn't actually encourage them to do better. It does apparently it does the opposite.
Okay.
If I got a 0, I would get my act together really quick.
Me too.
You know, I
Yeah.
just feel, I mean, maybe this is not the majority, but I'm thinking we've all been there.
Oh, when
We've
you
all
miss
been
that
there.
like one discussion board post that's
Yeah.
worth 5 points.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my gosh.
We've all
like,
missed
I
an
can't
assignment.
believe.
We've all done really
Yeah.
bad on a test. Like it just happens. But
Yeah.
I also feel like it's important to, like, I missed the assignment and I never miss another one again. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
I don't know.
Then again, I have seen people spiral into, well, I missed one.
That's true.
What hurts if I miss another? And then it spirals and keeps going, and then
Yeah.
that's really what drops your grade, because it's like you're like, oh, I have so much work this week in this class, and I need to catch up on that late assignment.
Yep.
So
It's two sides of the same coin. It could really go either way.
yeah,
So
it's kind of hard. I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't know if I think giving people 50s is going to encourage.
well, I guess we'll find
anything.
out.
Yeah, I guess I would love
I don't
to see
think
how this works.
it has been passed yet. I think it's still in review. So we'll probably have an update
Yeah.
on it pretty soon.
I do like the elementary school one though. I think that's good to
pretty
see.
cool. I think that's cool. But as one of the board members for Richland, Lexington County District 5 explains that this change in grading would be keeping kids with a mathematical chance in the game, you would say.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a little throwback. We're going back to Groundhog Day.
Woohoo!
Oh my gosh. Woohoo! We're going back to Groundhog Day. Our beloved Punxsutawney Phil has welcomed not one, but 2 baby groundhogs.
Yay!
Phil is a father.
Yes.
Congratulations, Phil. He's the father for the first time in 138 years. That's
Very long time.
That's some incredible stats. I'm not gonna lie. Good for you,
But
Phil.
let's explain that Punxsutawney Phil is not 138 years old
Meagan.
himself.
Meagan. Yes, he is. He takes according to his handlers and the
Is he
Punxsutawney
actually
Groundhog.
130?
Meagan.
He's a person.
Meagan. The Punxsutawney Groundhog Club says Phil's longevity comes from taking a sip of elixir of life each summer, since he started making weather predictions in 1886. Now, you're a college student, Meagan, so think it through, but he takes an elixir of life.
Okay, go off.
Yeah.
I
see?
mean,
It is Phil. So don't slander Phil like that.
do you think Phil's babies will be able to fill Phil's shoes?
No. No. His children will not be quote unquote heirs to the throne. They are just his children. Phil will forever and always be chief weather predictor.
He's a meteorologist.
He is he's a very successful meteorologist.
I don't know. I mean, it's a little
about
cold
that.
this morning.
Are you saying he's wrong? He is our one
alright.
true guide on spring weather predictions, and you're saying he's wrong? Meagan.
I think
No.
sometimes, I mean, we did get an early spring this year, and we did get some hot weather, a few weeks ago. But where'd it go?
It's here, Meagan. It's just taking a little break. Phil was right.
It's taking a little break.
It's taking a little
Phil's
break.
taking a little break
Yeah.
too, until next February.
Yeah. Let's not forget about his wife, Phyllis. Because Phil is married. He's got a groundhog wife, Phyllis. Maybe.
Do we know the babies' names?
No,
not
they're not
named
named yet.
Names or genders.
What would
Oh,
you
we
name
don't
it?
know what gender they are
Oh.
either?
They didn't even know she was pregnant. It's
Oh.
and one morning there were babies in their enclosure.
Oh, so they did not know Phyllis was
Okay.
pregnant.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
But happy family.
yeah. What
Phil, Phyllis, and the mini Philly and Phyllises.
yeah.
Or, whatever.
Great marriage going on.
Really? How long have
Speaking-
they been married?
Well, he's been alive 138 years.
Let's just go with too long. And let's. Good for you, though,
Yeah,
guys.
long marriage.
Happy marriage.
Happy marriage. And
Yeah.
you know who else just had a happy engagement?
Who, Meagan?
Let's bring the Bachelor into talk.
I don't.
Crazy episode.
Yeah, but they didn't get married.
Well, they got engaged. They're getting married soon.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh my God, they're so cute.
Okay, wait, because maybe I was wrong, but the post that I saw, the girl was walking away from him.
Oh, that was so
That was the other
second
girl.
one. So at the very last episode,
okay.
it comes down to two. The last two episodes, it comes down to two. We had Daisy Kent from Minnesota. She was sweetheart, very humble, loved her. Then we had Kelsey A. She was from New Orleans, Louisiana, and also very sweet. And I was a huge Daisy Kent fan. I wanted Daisy and Joey to get married. And then we just saw that didn't happen, or get engaged. So what the big hype around The Bachelor this season was the fact that Daisy realized he wasn't gonna choose her. So she went to Kelsey A, who she was very friendly with, talked to her, and kind of got that reassurance that like, it's gonna be her day. And so they show Daisy driving first, or Kelsey driving first. Usually when the person they show that's driving first is usually the first person to go to him, and obviously the first person gets turned down. But they show Kelsey first, and everyone thought Kelsey was gonna win, and then they showed Daisy after, and then they show them in a car together, supporting woman.
Oh!
So they drove there together.
For them.
Daisy didn't let Joey turn her down. She said, I know you're not gonna choose me. Super strong woman. She's like,
I love
know,
that.
I know you're not gonna choose me. And she,
That is awesome.
She said, quote, if I can love the wrong person so much, how much can I like love the right person?
Oh,
So great. And then he asked.
that's sweet.
And at the end, he asked to walk her out, and she said, this is something I should do on my own.
Good
Walked
for-
out.
Whoa.
Super strong woman. So great.
Good for her, man.
What a great inspiration. I mean,
Yeah, that's incredible.
some Bachelor history. We've never seen the two women come together to the engagement before. And then after Daisy, Daisy's also, I think, the first person to turn the guy down instead of him telling her. And so then after Daisy just gets her heart broken, she goes out and tells Kelsey A, whose mother unfortunately passed away. She goes, Kelsey, I know your mom will be looking down on this moment. So in a time where she's already super hurt, she's looking at her for her friend, saying the sweetest thing, like
That's
encouraging
so
her before she
sweet.
gets engaged.
Oh,
Yeah, and now Kelsey A and
that's so
Joey
sweet.
are happily engaged.
Good for them. That seems like it ended a lot less hullabaloo-like
Yes.
than it usually
Yeah.
does.
For sure. This is the first season I fully watched through.
I didn't watch any of it.
You gotta watch it.
I
know
now
I
I
did
have
just
to.
spoil the
I mean,
ending.
now I know what
but
happens.
At least watch some clips of. I just think the woman supporting woman is amazing.
Yeah, that's cute.
The strength they
That's really
had
nice. That's
for
really
each other.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
very nice. But,
So-
well, we hope your Saturday is off to a great start. Stick around after the break, of course, as usual, to learn about a fun food fact you do not want to miss.
Welcome back to Good Morning Gamecocks. So we just did a little fact check on the igloos, and there's no specific heating design to them besides almost like a AC unit as a heater kind of blowing through into these like bigger igloos. And we think that the smaller ones might be just self-controlled. I know you said that.
Mine was definitely
Heated?
temperature controlled. Yes.
Yeah.
It was winter in New York City.
Yeah.
It was 100% temperature
So
controlled.
it seems that there is no space heaters in them. There's also
No,
no
a space
igloo
heater would blow
walls.
it up, Megan.
Yes, there's also no heating in the walls. So it's kind of like a unit that's like built into like circle space, like unit.
Yep.
Air. Heat.
Yep. Air.
Yeah.
Air. That's the scientific air.
Air.
Just like that. Anyway, this week's fun food fact is not only good for your soul, but also good for you. We're talking
Woohoo.
about dark chocolate.
Oh, I love dark chocolate.
Do you like dark chocolate's kind of like, some people like
Ever
it, some
had
people
Dove
don't.
dark chocolate? Their dark
That's my
chocolate's
favorite.
really good.
That, Dove dark chocolate? Yeah, I could eat a whole bag of that in a sitting and be totally
sounds
okay
really
with that.
good.
Yeah, but let's talk about the benefits. It's rich in chemical flavonols,
Yep.
antioxidants that help with lowering blood pressure and reduce inflammation and can lead to lower risk of heart disease.
Yeah.
Cool
I mean,
stuff.
awesome. It also improves the blood flow to the brain, improving the brain function,
Love that.
and improves the blood flow to the skin, increasing hydration in the skin, density in the skin, and helping protect you from the sun. So it's not exactly SPF, but it's creating more of a barrier,
Yeah.
strengthening your skin.
So basically, what you're saying is that I should eat chocolate before I go outside, every time.
Maybe, I mean, it wouldn't hurt, maybe. They
Look at
did
that.
see a study that they did on a smaller indigenous community that has a very big diet on cocoa. And
Cocoa?
cocoa?
Cacao?
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 Yep.
Cacao.
Sorry.
So, the cacao, they have a very big diet with that. They use in a lot of things they eat, and they had lower risks of health like benefits.
That's interesting.
So yeah, they were a lot healthier because they implemented it in their diet. So, I guess we're telling you
To go eat
dark chocolate.
Hey.
I mean, if you want a sweet treat,
Yeah.
that might be the one to go for.
I think it definitely is.
Yeah,
Now I really want some
dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, with that, go get some dark chocolate. And we're going to wrap up Good Morning Gamecocks for today, March 30th, 2024.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtv@usc.com. For SGTV, I'm Meagan Daukshus.
And I'm Chloe Findlay. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great weekend, Carolina. Forever to thee.